What is going on, you guys? This is TechHD and we're going to be taking a look at Tascam's new DR-10L Pro. This is their latest edition of lavalier field recorders, but now offering 32-bit float recording, which is great to help with audio clipping and distortion so you don't have to worry about it in post. Along with the AK-BT1 Bluetooth adapter, you can wirelessly monitor and start recording from your phone with the app, which I'm super excited about. So just for reference, you guys are hearing the audio coming from the original DR-10L paired with the microphone, and I made a video on this a while back, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link down in the description below. But now let's take a look at the Pro model, talk about the specs and features, take a look at the app, and do multiple audio tests, and then I'll give you guys my overall thoughts. So now taking a look at what you get, we got the belt clip, a USB-C to A cable, the TM10L lavalier microphone paired with the clip and windscreen, the DR-10L Pro itself, and lastly the AK-BT1 Bluetooth adapter. This is sold separately, of course. On the recorder you have the buttons on the bottom, and they are able to control the menu, forward and back, which also acts as the up and down buttons, your play and pause button, which also acts as the enter button, and your headphones plus and minus volume. On the other side you have the power switch that also acts as your record switch and headphone ports. On the other side you have the USB-C port and a micro SD card slot that supports up to 512 gigs. On the top you have the microphone port with the screw in to make sure that the microphone doesn't accidentally get unplugged, and next to it is the slot for the Bluetooth receiver. On the front you have the compartment for the two AAA batteries, and lastly on the back is the belt clip. Installing the AK-BT1 Bluetooth receiver is very easy. You just open the cover and remove the piece that was protecting the pins, insert the receiver, it only goes in one way, and close the cover and you are all set. Alright you guys, so what I want to do is I want to show you guys the menu system and the features that the DR-10L Pro provides without the need of using a phone or an app or anything like that. So right on the fly, on the recorder. So we'll hit the menu button. You can see that the first thing we got is the record level. So we hit the enter button. You can go all the way from high to high mid to low mid and to low. I personally like high mid, and then I like the fact that even though this is a 32-bit float recorder, you still have the ability to set your levels. So then we could do a low cut filter, which is the next one, and you go all the way from 40 Hertz all the way to 220, or you can have it off if you want to. I personally like 40 Hertz. And then on top of that, we got the limiter if you want to have it on and off. I personally like it on. You can do an auto level if you want to. I keep it off. You can do a phase, you can do the default or the invert. I keep it on default. We can do the file format. So we could do WAV, MP3 high, MP3 low. I usually like WAV. WAV is better. You can do the file type, so you can do mono or poly. I do mono. You can do the record format, so we can do 44.1 kilohertz, or you can do 48 kilohertz. We do 48. We do the bit depth, and there's a way you can do your 32-bit float recording. You can do 24. You can also do 16 if you want to, but we want that 32-bit float recording. And then on top of that, you can do your time mark. You can have it off. You can have it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all the way to 60 minutes. I usually do off. And then you can do your peak mark. You can have that on and off. I like it on. You can do your file name. You can do it by date. You can do it by unit name. Hit menu, go back. You can do the text, how you want it basically set up. And then on top of that, you can do your unit name, not available. We can do power save if you want to. I like to keep it on to conserve battery. You can do your file number. And then you could do your backlighting. So if you want it to dim after 5 seconds, all the way to 30 seconds, so just 5 or 30 is the option that gives you. I do 5, nothing crazy. We could do your format SD if you want to. You could do your battery type, so you could do alkaline, nickel metal hydrate, or lithium. I am using alkaline right now. And then you could do your date and time, of course. And then your system initiation. Are you sure? No. Gonna go back. Your version info. You can also do your Bluetooth receiver version, and then you could do it as a card reader if you want to. So I like the fact that you could plug it directly into your computer through the USB-C and just have it be as a card reader. You can enable the Bluetooth functionality, you can enable the mode, and then this will initiate the pairing to the phone through the app. We'll get more into that in a second. As well as you could do your time code forget, you could do your Bluetooth ID, and you could do your file delete. But that is basically all the settings that you have on the DR-10L, and I like the fact, like I said, that you could just do it straight off of the recorder. You don't need to have your app and then connect it to the Bluetooth, and then if it works or not, all that type of stuff. So I like the fact that you could just set it, it'll save onto the recorder, and then you are ready to go. And so the next thing I want to do is I want to show you guys the Tascam DR-10L Pro app and the functionality and the flexibility, the fact that you can control basically everything from your phone, and I just love that. And so if you get the receiver and you hook it up to the recorder itself, now we're going to be enabling the Bluetooth. So we go to our menu and we go to number 25, we hit enter, we hit remote, that's when it starts. We're going to do search device, and then you can see the available one right there. It's going to be connecting, and now it is connected. So now we hit connect, and then you can see right then and there all the settings, all the features that this enables you. So now that we're connected on the phone, I want to show you guys, basically on the bottom, you have the ability to stop the recording, start the recording, you're able to lock it, you're able to do a new file, metadata, and you're able to do the flag. You can see right here, I can see my levels and how it is, if I'm peaking, if I'm not, if I need to set the gain a little bit lower or higher. I love that functionality. So then if I go to the settings on the top right, I can do device presets, and I can have up to 5 presets if I want to. On top of that, I could do hold settings to the transport only or all, and then I could sync my date and time with the app. And then if I go back and if I click on the device itself, that gives me a lot of flexibility, because now I can see live how the levels are, and then I can enable my low-cut filter. I can also enable a limiter here, which is really cool. And then on top of that, I could go into the settings, and then I could change everything that I could change right on the Tascam, right on my phone. So I could go to my file format, I could go from WAV, MP3, all that. And then if I could do the file type from mono, poly, I could do the record format. And on top of that, I could do my bit depth if I want to. So everything that I could do on the Tascam, I could do directly on my phone as well. I could do the time mark, I could do the peak mark, I could do my input settings. So same thing, I could change my record level right on the fly if for any reason. I could do my low-cut filter, like I said. I could do my limiter, my auto level, my phase if I want to. I could do the system, the output volume, the file name, the text, basically everything. So I love the fact that you could just do that right off of the phone. So you don't need to be near the client or anything like that when it comes to changing anything like that. So I could just hit record. You can see that's recording right on the Tascam, and then you can see that I'm recording. I can see the battery level and all that. So I love the fact that you have the ability with the receiver, because with the original DR-10L, you don't have that capability of monitoring and checking whether it's recording or not, if the SD card is full, if the battery died or not. And so I love the fact that you could just do this right off the fly from the phone through Bluetooth. And so you could be far away from your client and just be monitoring basically, and if everything's good. And so I can also go back, and the cool thing about this is I'm gonna stop the recording. I could add up to 5 devices if I want to. So I could have 5 DR-10L Pros, and I could be monitoring and recording and stopping on all of those. So I love that capability. So you could be monitoring all of them. So if you have like a wedding where you have the groom and the bride, then you have no problem as far as recording, stopping, adjusting anything if you want to, if the person is too quiet, if the person is too low, or if the person is speaking too loud. Regardless, you have that 32-bit flow recording, so you have a lot of flexibility using the app. So if you get the DR-10L Pro, I highly recommend getting the receiver as well, so then you have the ability to adjust everything right off the fly on your phone. Alright you guys, so now we're doing an audio test coming from the DR-10L Pro itself, included with the microphone of course. And so let me know what you guys think of the audio down in the comments below. This is the raw audio of course that you guys are hearing, and I have my recording level set to mid, as well as my limiter enabled, no low-cut filter or anything like that. So this is pretty much the raw audio that you guys are hearing. Like I said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What I like about the DR-10L Pro over like the Tascam one is that I could still set my levels. So it doesn't have to be just record and that's it. I can still set my levels, and then when it comes to a point where like it's too loud or suddenly too loud, then in post I can bring it down because of that 32-bit float recording, which is really nice. And now we're going to be doing some other tests and see how it sounds like. Alright, and now the audio test that you guys are hearing is with the low-cut filter enabled, and I have it set to 220 Hz, which is the highest level of course. Now this is way too extreme for my voice, but I wanted to enable it to the highest so that you guys could audibly hear the difference when you have the low cut filter enabled. Now, of course, you could go lower to like 40 hertz, 80 hertz, you know, stuff like that, depending on how your voice is, of course. But I just wanted to show you guys the highest one and then how drastic it does when it comes to my voice. It's still set to mid as far as the recording levels go, and then the limiter is still enabled as well. And so now the next thing that I enabled is the auto level. So the auto level is bringing my recording levels to about high mid. And so let me know what you guys think of the audio down in the comments below, if it's too much or if it's too little. I still have the limiter enabled, but we're gonna also test it out when it comes to the limiter not being enabled. And so let me know what you guys think, if this is suitable or not, if it's definitely doable. I mean, with that 32-bit float recording, you could definitely bring it down in post or bring it up if it's too low or too high as far as the recording levels go. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And now we're testing out the audio with the auto level enabled, and that is bringing it to about high or mid-high, but I have the limiter disabled. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below as far as the audio goes. Like I said, if it's doable or not, but with that 32-bit float recording, you do have a lot of flexibility when it comes to bringing it up in post or bringing it down a notch if it's too loud. So let me know what you guys think, if it's definitely audible, if it's definitely usable when it comes to a scenario where you can't really predict whether the levels need to be low or high or anything like that. Just set it to audio with that 32-bit float recording. You can edit it in post, and then you like I said, you still have a lot of that flexibility. And so the next audio test that we're trying out is basically nothing enabled. So I don't have my limiter enabled, I don't have my low cut filter enabled, I don't have my auto level enabled, nothing like that. My recording levels is set to mid, medium basically. And so let me know what you guys think down in the comments below as far as the audio goes. Just raw audio completely, maybe boost it up in post a little bit, but pretty much if it's definitely doable or not. I definitely love the microphone that the Tascam offers compared to the Zoom. We did a comparison of the Zoom and the Tascam a few months back, maybe a few years to be honest, and the Zoom one was definitely more muffled and not that much getting so much of the clarity of the voice, whereas the Tascam one was really good. So let me know what you guys think of the audio down in the comments below. And now the next thing that we're going to be trying out is that 32-bit float recording. So I'm going to have my recording level set to the highest possible. We're going to be recording, I'm going to have the microphone like literally right here in front of my mouth, and then we're going to be bringing it down in post and seeing how much of that could be fixed. Alright you guys, and so now we're testing out the 32-bit float recording. So I'm basically yelling at this microphone right now. It is right up to my lips here. Normally it's down here, and I have my recording levels set to high. And so let me know what you guys think down in the comments below as far as the audio level goes, and then we're going to be recovering it in post to see how well it does when it comes to fixing it. So this is how it sounds like naturally. And now this is how it sounds like when it comes to fixing it in post. When it comes to just that 32-bit float recording, I use Adobe Audition most likely when it came to fixing that and bringing down the levels. But this is still set to high, so whenever it comes to like an event where like somebody is yelling, or at a wedding or anything like that, if you guys are recording basically around some heavy music or something like that, or just something unexpected occurs, this is the audio that you guys are getting. And so you have a lot of flexibility. You should be having a lot of flexibility when it comes to that 32-bit float recording. And so I really like the fact, like I said, that you could still set your levels on the Tascam recorder itself, and then in post you could bring it up or bring it down. Like I said, comparing it with the Zoom recorder where it's just basically hit record and that is it, I like the fact with Tascam you still have that flexibility of enabling that recording level. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below as far as the audio levels go, and if this is definitely doable or not. Alright, so we are at the total of about 25 feet. Alright you guys, so now we are testing out the wireless functionality when it comes to the Bluetooth adapter. This uses Bluetooth 5.0, and this covers about 33 feet, so it claims about 10 meters. So we are exactly at 33 feet. I just measured it, and so you should be able to still monitor the levels and making sure that everything is recording and that there's no issues whatsoever. So let me know what you guys think as far as this distance, if it's good enough, or do you think that there's more range needed whenever it comes to like weddings or any type of special events like that. And the major thing in my mind is weddings. I think most people would see a lot of benefit as far as the Bluetooth, wireless Bluetooth functionality. But yeah, about 33 feet from the phone to be able to monitor the recorder. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, if that's about enough range or if we need more. Alright, so we were about 33 feet here, so let's see if I go farther, if the range or the signal will cut out, or if it'll just be choppy or anything like that. So I'm just getting farther away. It is within line of sight, so there's no obstacles or anything blocking it, but now I'm at pretty much the edge of my fence. and just walking alongside. This is farther than 10 meters at this point, but yeah, let's see if the signal is still good. I'm gonna just walk over there behind a brick wall and see if the coverage and the signal strength is still pretty good. So now I am by the end of the fence along this wall, along the wall of my house, and so let's see if it's still getting a signal and seeing if it still works or not. The Tascam DR-10L Pro is a huge improvement from its legendary successor, keeping all the features that we love from the original model and just adding more to it, like more low-cut filter options, 32-bit float recording of course, and the wireless Bluetooth controls through the app. The app alone makes it amazing to monitor and enable and disable features on the fly without needing to physically do it on the recorder, and it has worked really well and is pretty stable. And the fact that you could control up to 5 devices at the same time is amazing. The battery as well has been lasting for hours after weeks of constantly using it. Now all we need is for Tascam to come out with a white version like what they did with the original model. But there you guys have it. That is my thoughts on the DR-10L Pro from Tascam. I've been loving using it, and the audio quality sounds great and gives you a lot of flexibility when it comes to editing the audio in post. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and links to everything is going to be linked down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so that you guys can be notified whenever I upload a new video. Follow me on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, and TikTok. As always, TechHD. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Drop it.